I'm going to start my 1-point perspective name by doing some block letters. Now, if you remember when we do block letters, sometimes it can be easier by lightly writing out your name first in regular letters. So maybe I'll go ahead and do that. Then we're going to do mine all capital. And I'm going to put some space in between them. Writing them very lightly. Now that I've got them written lightly, I'm going to go around them, pressing harder. I'm going to make mine block in a way where I'm using only straight lines, and you'll see why later. You can do some diagonal lines. I'm going to do my S normal with curved lines to show you why that's a little bit harder. If you really want to try the curved lines, you can, but it is going to make your 1-point perspective part a little bit more difficult. I am just taking these lines and I'm going around the letters, trying to stay equal distance apart. Never touching these lines that I drew, my light lines. I'm just kind of drawing right around it, like it's got a cage around each letter. My L's are nice and easy. They're just two rectangles stuck together to make my block L. Great. I could have done my name anywhere on this paper. I could have done it down low, up high. I decided to go up high. I'm going to erase the inside of each letter, and that's going to be super easy because I drew those insides so light. And now it's the fun part, making it into 1-point perspective. I can put my dot anywhere down here. I think I'm going to put it off to the corner just because I think that'd be a little more interesting. I'm not going to make it a super big dot, otherwise my lines aren't going to go all to the exact same spot. Make it just a nice small one. Lining up my ruler, corner of my first letter, and attaching it to my vanishing point. Scooting the top, keeping the bottom one the same, checking it before I draw my line, drawing the next one. I'm going to do that for each line. Now some lines, like this one, you're not going to see too much of because it disappears behind my R. I'm just going to stop it there. If I disappear behind my letter, I'm just going to kind of stop it because the rest of it would be hid behind this part. So I'm going to keep on going. Stop. Okay. And stop. Done. Great. Easy peasy. Now I'm going to go on to my next letter, my O. Oh, actually I forgot the inside of my R. So for the inside of my R, I would do the same thing where I just do one little line and I stop. Now, this is my S. This is the one that's kind of tricky because there's not always curves, or there's not always points for me to draw lines from. So I'm gonna see, oh, I can't really draw that line because it'd be kind of going in. So I'm just gonna draw a line from the farthest curved point. So I find my farthest curved point and I'm gonna draw a line from there. Keep going. Oh, there's a farthest curved point right there. So I'll draw a line up here and stop. I move, I move, I move, I move, I move. I found a point, so I'm going to draw a line at this point. It's kind of like I'm scanning my S to see, is there any spot that I need to do a curve? Oh, I got to a farthest point right here, so I'm going to draw a line there. And then I got to that final point at the top. So that's a little bit more tricky. If you want to go for that challenge, it's all your choice. I decided to do a block for the rest of my letters to make it a little bit easier for me. Alright, I got my letters done. Now I get to add some details, make it look kind of cool. I'm going to use some markered and colored pencils to kind of make it look colorful. I always like to outline things that I do with marker and then fill it in with like colored pencils and crayons. I think it looks really crisp that way. You can kind of go about your own way of adding detail, but don't just leave it looking boring. Make sure we do make our name in 1 point perspective pop out and look really finished, not like some unfinished product, okay? So I'm gonna finish mine up super fast, and then you can get started on yours. Get started on your 1 point perspective name.